Hey there, Seb by the Realtor here. In this video, I'm going to cover the top 6 lies that realtors tell people. If you're wondering if your realtor is telling you a bunch of BS, then you're definitely going to want to watch this video. Alright, as we know, all realtors are supposed to be fair and honest when dealing with anybody, with their clients, with buyers, with prospective purchasers, with members of the public. The National Association of Realtors, they have a code of ethics, and it says that realtors have to be fair and honest with everyone. So it is surprising that a realtor would lie, isn't it? Actually, realtors mostly are, in fact, fair and honest, but sometimes the truth does get trampled or bent. And I'm going to share with you the top 6 lies that I have heard realtors tell people. And if you hear these, you definitely want to pay attention because you're probably being fed a line. Are you ready? Let's go. Now, the number 1 lie that realtors tell people is they say, hey, I am number 1. That's pretty interesting because there are many realtors who claim to be number 1, but they can't all be number 1, can they? Well, actually, number 1 for what? Number 1 for sales over $2 million or sales under $1 million, or number 1 in representing buyers in this particular neighborhood, or number 1 representative of sellers in the entire area. They usually don't actually tell you what they are number 1 in. But even if they are number 1 in something, and depending on how you look at it, probably every realtor is in fact number 1 in something. Really, it shouldn't be, hey, I'm number 1. It should be about making you, the client, number 1. If your realtor spends more time talking about themselves and how great they are, that's a huge red flag because your realtor really needs to be focused on you and making sure that you are number 1 in their book. All right, now the second big lie that realtors tell people is they say, I have a buyer lined up for your property. And this is pretty interesting because 99% of the time when a realtor says that, they haven't even set foot in your property. And okay, they probably know the address and the bedrooms and bathrooms and square footage and lot size and the year built. But as we all know, there is much more to the value of your home than those simple numbers. So how can the realtor who's never even been in your house say that they have a buyer for your house when that buyer hasn't even seen your house either? And if they had a buyer, if they really did actually have a buyer who is looking for that number of bedrooms and bathrooms and square footage and lot size in your neighborhood, and that buyer was in fact open to buying your home on a timeline that worked for you, the big question is, would that buyer actually pay you how much money you are looking for your house? Is that buyer even qualified, if that buyer exists, to give you an offer such as you want on your house? Well, maybe that is true. All of those things could possibly be true, although it is very unlikely. But okay, let's go along with this. Let's say it could happen. If in fact that were to happen, I ask you, would it not also be possible that there might be 10 other realtors with 10 other buyers, or 100 other realtors with 100 other buyers, and that maybe some buyer somewhere else might be even willing to pay a better price and give you better terms for your property than this one realtor who brought one buyer by? I'm going to say yes, that is not only possible, but in fact quite likely. So even if that realtor does have a buyer for your property, if you were to sell your property to that one specific buyer, you would probably be leaving a lot of money on the table. And your realtor would need to tell you that you are going to get the best combination of price and terms if you go on the open market. So do not fall for the line, I have a buyer for your property, because even if that is true, it probably isn't true, but even if it were true, that buyer is almost for sure not the very best buyer for your property. Now, the third big lie that realtors will say is that I can sell your home for more than it is actually worth. And this is a naked violation of the Realtor Code of Ethics because realtors are expressly prohibited from telling people they can sell their homes for more than they feel it can go for on the open market. But it happens quite a bit, and there's actually a term for it. It is called buying the listing. Now, when a realtor is competing against other realtors for a listing, which is very common, they may say, well, how much should that realtor say they could sell it for? What? $2 million? Ho, I can sell it for $2.2 million. And that is a violation of the Code of Ethics if they know that they can't, in fact, get it for $2.2 million or don't think they can. Unless they have a great deal of confidence that they can actually get that number, they are not supposed to tell you that they can get you this inflated price for your home. Listen, you should not ever choose your realtor based on what price they tell you they can get for your home, unless of course that realtor is going to be buying your home, but they're not going to be buying your home. So again, what you need to do is you need to choose your realtor not based on the price they tell you they can get on the open market, but you need to choose your realtor based on the amount of confidence you feel in that realtor's ability to get you the very highest price and best terms that the market has to bear at the time you put your home up on the market. Now, the realtor should give you an idea what they think that price is, but you should not choose your realtor for that price. Now, the fourth big lie that realtors tell people is that you need to stage your home to get the very best price for your property. And that is a total lie. You do not need to stage your home to get the very best price for your property. What I often find is that staging goes hand in hand with a overpriced pricing strategy that, okay, we'll set the price really high, but we'll stage it, and that will somehow trick buyers into paying more for your home than it's actually worth. Listen, if a realtor is telling you that you need to stage your home, you need to watch out, because that realtor is probably setting you up to overprice your home, which that is the kiss of death. If you appropriately price your property to sell, you will find that your home sells very quickly, oftentimes with multiple offers, and you will get the highest price possible that the market has to bear, and you do not need to stage your home to do it. Now, the fifth lie that realtors tell people is that your first offer is your best offer. And I know for a fact that's not true, because I can think of many times when the second or third or fourth or 10th offer was way better than the first offer. So if you get an offer and your realtor is pressuring you to accept the first offer, you definitely want to push back on that. I don't care if it's your first offer or your second or third or 10th offer. If you get an offer and it is not acceptable to you, you need to counter that offer. You need to push back on your realtor and say, what can we do to improve this offer? Because any offer is rarely an offer that can't be improved upon. I can think of very few times in my career, 21 years now, where I've gotten an offer that was just perfect and didn't need a counter in any way, shape, or form. So if you get an offer, if it's your first offer or whatever offer, don't feel pressured to accept that offer, even if your home has been on the market for a month or 2 or 6. You want to make sure that when you are getting your offer, you want to negotiate it so that you get the best price and terms possible from that buyer, given everything that is going on with the market at the time that offer is received. And the sixth big lie that realtors tell people is that my commission is non-negotiable. And this is pretty interesting to me, because one thing they say about real estate, and one of the things I really honestly love about real estate, is that in real estate, everything is negotiable. And that would include commissions. But many realtors will say, my commission is not negotiable. But I'm here to tell you that in fact, many realtors will in fact negotiate their commission down. That is actually not uncommon at all, because many realtors don't actually sell that many homes and are in fact fairly desperate for business. So if you push and you shove, you may be successful in getting a lower commission. But if you are successful in getting a lower commission, you kind of want to watch out, because why is that realtor taking a lower commission if they are in fact so in demand? If they are the #1 realtor, why are they cutting their fee when they are negotiating with you, and you are an amateur negotiator probably, and they are a professional negotiator? So that is definitely a red flag. But while many realtors, the best realtors, will not negotiate their commission down, they may be open to doing some concessions around the commission. Like, for example, they may pay for staging, or they may pay for some of your closing costs, or they may pay for your home inspections. They may throw in some other things to sweeten the deal if in fact you pressure them, if in fact you negotiate around that commission and try to get the very best package of terms for your listing agreement. All right, well, that is all I have for this video. I do hope you have enjoyed watching it. And if by some slim chance you have enjoyed watching, I'm guessing, totally a guess, that you might also enjoy some of these videos over here. These are some of the most popular videos here on my YouTube channel, so please do take a look. All right, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and please stay tuned.